December 7th, 1941. It was a Sunday morning on the island of Oahu, Hawaii. The sun was rising over the Pacific, casting a golden glow on the palm trees and the calm waters of the harbor. For the sailors stationed at Pearl Harbor, it was a day of rest. Many were sleeping in their bunks on the massive battleships lined up along Battleship Row. Others were preparing for church services or planning a day at the beach. To the casual observer, it was paradise. But thousands of miles away, a storm had been gathering. The world was already at war, yet the United States remained neutral. Unknown to the men in Hawaii, a massive Japanese fleet had traveled across the ocean in radio silence, positioning itself just 230 miles north of the island. The silence of this Sunday morning was about to be broken forever. To understand the attack, we must look back. Tensions between the United States and the Empire of Japan had been escalating for a decade. Japan, seeking to expand its territory into China and Southeast Asia, faced severe economic sanctions from the US, including a crippling oil embargo. Without oil, the Japanese war machine would grind to a halt. Faced with the choice of retreating or fighting, Japan chose war. Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto, the mastermind behind the operation, famously warned that he could run wild for 6 months, but had no confidence in the years to follow. His plan was a desperate gamble, a preemptive strike to cripple the US Pacific Fleet, preventing America from interfering in Japan's conquest of Southeast Asia. At 7:48 a.m., the radar warning was ignored. The sky suddenly filled with the buzz of engines. 183 Japanese aircraft, including bombers and Zero fighters, descended upon the harbor. The command, "Tora, Tora, Tora," was radioed back to the fleet, indicating complete surprise had been achieved. The first target was the airfields, destroying American planes on the ground before they could take off. Then, the torpedo bombers turned their attention to Battleship Row. The USS Oklahoma was hit by multiple torpedoes and capsized within minutes, trapping hundreds of men inside. The chaos was absolute. Klaxons wailed, anti-aircraft guns fired blindly into the sky, and black smoke began to choke the morning air. The most devastating moment of the attack came at approximately 8:06 a.m. A high-altitude bomber dropped a 1,760-pound armor-piercing bomb directly onto the USS Arizona. The bomb penetrated the forward deck and ignited the forward ammunition magazine. The resulting explosion was massive, lifting the battleship out of the water and tearing it in two. In an instant, 1,177 sailors and Marines lost their lives, almost half of the total casualties of the entire attack. The ship sank quickly, becoming a burning tomb for those trapped within. Meanwhile, the USS West Virginia and USS California were also sinking. The harbor was a sea of fire, oil, and debris. The attack ended shortly before 10 a.m. The Japanese planes returned to their carriers, leaving behind a scene of utter devastation. In less than 2 hours, 2,403 Americans were killed and 1,178 were wounded. 8 battleships were damaged or sunk. However, the Japanese failed to hit the oil storage depots or the dry docks, and crucially, the American aircraft carriers were not in the harbor that day. This failure would prove fatal for Japan in the long run. The next day, President Franklin D. Roosevelt addressed Congress. He delivered one of the most famous speeches in history, calling December 7th a date which will live in infamy. Within an hour, Congress declared war on Japan. The sleeping giant had been awakened. Pearl Harbor changed the world instantly. It united a divided America and led to the ultimate defeat of the Axis powers 4 years later. Today, the USS Arizona Memorial sits atop the sunken hull of the battleship, straddling the wreckage without touching it. It serves as a place of reflection and honor for the men who died there. Oil still leaks from the Arizona, often called the black tears of the ship, weeping for its lost crew. As we remember this event, we honor the courage and sacrifice of that generation. Thank you for watching this journey through history. If you found this video valuable, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share this video to keep history alive. See you in the next one.